Hi everyone, it's Ardith, and today I have some really exciting news to share. I'm one of the members of the inspiration team for a brand new company called iCrafter that's launching today. Linda's at Creativation with a booth with all the new goodies, so if you're there, be sure to drop by and say hello. We're having a blog hop to celebrate, and I've got all the details on my blog so you can get a good look at all the new goodies. I've put a link to my blog post in the description below. Let's start with a quick look at this month's release. First thing you'll notice is that these dyes are the most perfect shade of aqua blue. Aren't they gorgeous? There are 4 sets being released this month. I've already put them into my storage system of plastic pockets with cardstock and magnet sheets to keep them organized and easy to find. The first set is called Heart Maze. It has this big maze cutout along with a large heart that fits perfectly around the maze. Then there's a little heart with a keyhole and a matching key. There's a separate stamp set to coordinate with this set. It has a square maze with a solid heart along with 2 sentiments. Next is the Heart Hands Wiper insert set. This will make an interactive element for the inside of your card. I'll do a video for this one in the next couple of weeks to show you how it works, but there are elements here that can work with other designs too. Next up is Making Faces. This set is so cool. It's got all these faces with different hairdos, and then there's these accessories as well. You can mix and match to personalize the faces you use on your projects. Finally, we have the zip gift tags. This is the one I'll focus on today, and it's so incredibly versatile. This one tag die can be a single layered tag, or you can double it up to make a gift card package with the zip strip that's included. These spaces in the die don't cut. They're just used to hold some of the little inserts in place. There are 6 squares with images for every occasion and 4 sentiments. And I'll show you that you can use the elements on cards as well as on tags. To start, I'll just use the large tag die to cut a regular tag from black cardstock. I used my Gemini Junior to do that, and here it is. The tag has a classic shape and it's a great size for writing a message on. Next, I'll use a white panel of cardstock, and I'll place the heart and the 4 U inserts into the spaces on the tag. You could tape them down if you want, but I didn't have any trouble with them moving. You do want to be sure that you have them with the image and the sentiment right side up, of course. So here's how that looks. It's pretty, right? Let's try another one. This time I'll add the zip strip. I tried it in the bottom, but it didn't quite fit, so I'll just put it right up against the top of that top opening. Again, I didn't tape it, and it didn't move in my Gemini Junior, but you can tape it in place if you like. I added the tulip and the congrats inserts and ran it through. I am using my metal shim for this because these die cuts are quite intricate and they do have small parts. And here it is. You can see the zip strip across the top. Now I've made these very simply, and of course you can decorate them in any number of ways. For instance, you can quickly add colored cardstock to the back, or you can color the images and letters if you wish. I'll speed up my coloring since that's really not why we're here, but it's a quick and easy way to add a pop of color if that's the look you're going for. And at this time of year in Canada, a fresh pop of color is always welcome. Okay, so let's look at how to use this as a gift card holder. I have a gift card here that I got for Christmas, and it will fit right into the middle of the 2 tags. Because of the window, the design of the card is quite visible, so I suggest using a little piece of vellum taped to the back of the white part of the tag to tone that down and make the gift more of a surprise. I just used my regular tape runner around all the borders of the cutouts to make sure it would be adhered properly. The next step is to use some strong but narrow adhesive around the edges. I quickly figured out that it's best to put the tape on the part of the tag with the zip, so you don't put tape across the ends. They need to be free. As I was doing this, I also had the thought that you could put the zip strip on the back so the front of the tag stays whole after opening. You just need to be sure that the recipient knows that the zip strip is there so they can open it easily. I put lots of tape across the very top of the tag, but not along the zip strip. That needs to be open so that the card can slide in and out. And now for this week's version of Ardith's Biggest Challenge, also known as release paper. I always seem to struggle with it, but I thought I was doing okay this time, especially once I got my craft pick out. I tried a number of ways of assembling this, and I found it easiest to leave the release tape on one of the long edges and then put the rest of the tag together and then slip the gift card in before sealing it. That worked pretty well, but then I realized the opposite edge wasn't sealed for some reason. If you can believe it, I actually managed to separate the release paper in my first attempt and not get all of it off that one edge. But I finally got it done and sealed it all up. And isn't it a great presentation? Now let me show you how easy it is to grab and pull the zip strip to expose the gift card inside. Ta-da! And now you see what I mean about thinking about putting that zip strip on the back of the tag. Although I think the black stripe up there looks quite good on the front of the tag. To finish it off, I added some gold twine and some sparkling clear sequins on the front. Very simple, but very pretty. To finish the other tag I started, I blended 2 shades of purple ink starting from the bottom and fading out to the top. I spritzed water for some texture and I scored a line across the top, and I added another tag so that this one opens up for the message. I added some jewels for sparkle and some silver twine. Then I made another one, this time from craft cardstock. I used the stripe heart and love dies from the heart hand set, and I cut them from white cardstock. I inlaid the love word and heart outline, and then I colored the stripes and inlaid them as well. I added some aqua jewels and a blue ribbon to this one. And now how about a couple of cards? These tag elements work great on cards too. For this first one, I cut a strip of white cardstock, and I cut the tulip out 3 times to create windows. I also cut the For You sentiment, and then I trimmed it down to form a window as well. I popped both of these elements up over top of a white panel that I had blended blue ink onto. This is a fresh card perfect for spring. Next, I used the thanks die, and I cut it out to make a stacked pattern. For placement, I drew a line down the side, and I marked every ½ inch so that I could easily line up the die. I colored a smaller panel with COPIC marker stripes, and I put it behind, and then I created some pop art people with the Making Faces set. I used 3 different faces and gave them each a pair of sunglasses along with some wild, colorful hair. And check out that goatee. Isn't it hilarious? I think that the possibilities for these people is pretty limitless. You can color them to be more realistic or even use them as silhouettes. One thing these projects all have in common is how happy they are. These dies are so versatile and they work really well together. I hope you enjoyed seeing me use these new goodies to make these fun projects. There will be a new release each month on the 1st, so you don't have long to wait to see the February goodies. Now be sure to head to my blog for all the hop information and to see even more inspiration from other members of the team. Supplies are listed below in the description and also on my blog. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.